Alright, guys, since there's not really much going on with video game news this at the end of the week, I'm gonna just film it on Friday and still upload it on Sunday. I'm just gonna film it now. So anyway, let's get into the news here. The first thing I want to talk about is they updated the Sonic Origins website. So let's see if this will work. 'Cause I'm using OBS Studio, so let's see if I can get this to work for me here. Give me 1 second. I gotta like minimize myself so you guys can see the site and I can interact with it over here. Um, but it still kind of looks the same. But when you go down, um, can I have it go down? Is it pre-order section or not? Yes. Um, but as you guys can see, they've kind of fixed the chart. And well, you guys can't really see it, but um, they basically explain some stuff, and you can click on the different platforms and go to the pre-order page. But oddly enough, they removed the Switch for some reason. I don't know why they would remove the Switch, but they did. But they kind of fixed the chart the way it's laid out, so it's not as confusing. But people are still mad about it. I don't understand why. It's not that big a deal to just pay $5 extra for this extra stuff. I will admit it is kind of stupid to have to pay for that kind of stuff, like the whole like menu stuff and the animated menus and the letterboxing, all that stuff. Then it's dumb, but like, what are you gonna do if if people are gonna pay it? They're gonna pay it. So like that's why companies do that stuff. If you don't want companies to do that stuff, there's only one thing people can do, and that's not buy stuff like that, not buy DLC stuff that's like that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of weird that they removed the Switch pre-order page. I don't know why they would have done that, but they did, and it's weird. But I just wanted to cover that real quick because it's not a huge deal, but they did kind of, I guess, better explain stuff. I didn't really look through it because there's no point for me to go back to the site and like run it all down again and compare it with my other video. You guys can go check out my other video to compare it yourselves. And I'll leave a link below in the description to the website. I forgot to add it to the other video. I'll go edit to that in the pinned comment or something. So you guys can. I can't believe I forgot to mention this, but Splatoon 3 got announced of the release date of it. September 9th. It's coming out. That was going to be the release date of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but that got pushed to like July, I believe, July 28th or something like that. I'll put a text blurb up if I'm wrong on the date, but I think I'm right. But they basically switched days. I forgot to mention that. So back to the video. Go check it. But yeah, that's the first thing I want to talk about is that because it's pretty minor and really who cares? Like I was like whatever, sure, I'll talk about it. The next thing I want to talk about is something I wanted to talk about last week, but I didn't feel like filming a Roundup video last week because of Easter and stuff. So, Bandai Namco patented a name for a dot hack game called Dot Hack Recollection, and no one knows what it is. Like the patent just like popped up online. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, what is this? Is this going to be the first 4 games re-release and like an HD remastered collection?" And I hope so. But no, this guys, if they do that, it's definitely gonna be $60. It's not gonna be like a budget title like Last Record was. If it's gonna be that, it's gonna be like $50 or $60, maybe 40 if we're lucky. But honestly, I think it's going to be a full $60 game because there's 4 games. That's like, I don't know, 15 a game. So it makes sense. Maybe if they do Fragment, which I don't think they will. If you guys don't know what Dot Fragment is, I'll go into it real quick. Dot Fragment was a Japanese only exclusive PS2 game that came out. It did have online play. I think it still has like custom servers that you can play through. If you have like a translated ISO of the game, or even the original Japanese version, you can get on there and play online. Basically, it's like an online dot hack game. It's pretty cool. I have it. I played it. I played this, of course, the single player because I don't play like burned copies of games, but I've never really tried to like hook it up to the internet and see if I can like actually log on to the custom servers because I honestly don't know what I'm doing in that game because it's all Japanese. So, but I got it because I'm a huge dot hack fan. So I hope that's what that game is, or if it is a game or whatever it is. I'm assuming it's some kind of game. Hopefully, it's not like some kind of dumb, stupid mobile game. That's what I'm worried it is some weird mobile game. But the only reason I think it might be the 4 dot hack games is because Recollection was the name of an episode of the original dot hack sign series, anime series. If you guys don't know, the games kind of like tie in with the series. At the end of the series, they do like a tie-in episode where it basically shows people from the game at like some kind of big party. Not to like spoil the end, but I'm pretty sure most people have seen the anime by now. But basically, it's a tie-in to that. So that's what made me think, oh, maybe it is the 4 games because no one talked about that fact that it was part of like the name was basically paying homage to the series, kind of. No one pointed that because I thought it sounded familiar. I'm like, what? Why does that sound familiar? That's why, because it's a name of an episode of the series. Now I'm not saying that's proof, but I'm saying that's kind of weird that that's the name they go with if that's what it is. But yeah, that was something I wanted to talk about because I'm a big fan of Dot Hack, and it's pretty cool if it does happen. Hopefully, it comes to all platforms on launch day if that's what it is. Because I don't want to wait like a year and a half or whatever it was for like the Switch version or 2 years, whatever it was. But yeah, I thought it was cool enough to mention, so that's why I mentioned it. Um, Now this next topic, I I don't really know how people are gonna feel about this. Um, Now me personally, I don't care. It's not gonna bother me because I don't think it'll affect any of the kind of games I play. Um, but there's been rumblings around the internet that Microsoft and Sony are going to start putting ads in their F2P games or free to play games. That's what they're called, F2Ps. That's short, so I'm going to call them F2P for the rest of the video. But the F2P stuff might have ads in their games, like, with YouTube, how you get like 10, 20-second ads and then the video starts like that. Or like with sports games, they might have like actual billboards of like stuff in the background for like Coke or Pepsi or Toyota or whatever. And that'll count as an ad if it's like a free to play thing. And people were like, I know, I shouldn't say people are going to do this, but I'm pretty sure when and if it happens, because nothing's confirmed. I know Microsoft is for sure doing it, but Sony's like thinking of going that route. And I know people are going to say, like, I don't want to sit through ads in my games because I already paid $60 for a game. No, it's not for like games you pay money for. Yes, you can pay money for free to play stuff, but that's not what it's for. It's for like the free to play aspect. if you just want to play it for free, they need to have ads to make money off the game still for all those players that don't use the microtransactions or whatever. So I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's a smart move, honestly, because I think if it's successful enough, more companies will make free to play stuff. Kind of like Multiverses, that WB game. That's basically free to play, but it's gonna have like microtransactions to buy like costumes and stuff if you don't want to grind the game. I know, but that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Like microtransactions don't bother me as long as they're not like super intrusive. Like in most games, like Fortnite, it's really intrusive in that. Like you have to buy V-Bucks if you want to get certain stuff, and the V-Bucks are like $30-$40. Like Dragon Ball Z Universe 2, that's what I play. The TP medals are like, I think it's like $30 for 5,000 of them. That's way too expensive. I'm guilty of paying that money for that because to grind those medals, it's insanely annoying and insanely time consuming to where you're literally grinding for like 6, 8, 12, sometimes longer than that to just get enough medals or bucks, whatever, to get said item you're wanting to buy. I get that, but like at the same time, people don't care. If they like the franchise they're playing or the game they're playing and they don't mind paying $20, $30 for whatever, then they'll do it. Like the people that complain about it are the people that don't want to do it. That's fine. It's not meant for you, but that's not like who it's meant for. Like I don't understand why people get so mad about microtransactions. Yes, it's kind of crappy how they shove them in there and like shove them in your face. Like if you wanna do this, pay blah 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 for this many coins or this many stones or whatever. Like it's annoying, yes, and it's intrusive, yes, but at the same time, they do that because they know the audience they're going after. The people that will pay the money are the hardcore fans of that. And I just don't understand why people get so angry and upset about it. Same thing with DLC, but that's for another video we're gonna film after I film this. Actually, I'm gonna do a twofer. I'm gonna upload that video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that video. But this one will go up Sunday. Anyway, I'm digressing, but I think it's a smart move, especially if it does well for the companies to go like free to play. So I think it's a good business idea to do that. Because I know for a fact that WB Multiverses game is going to be insanely successful. Because I think it's supposed to have a rollback netcode and stuff, and it's going to be insanely popular. I think when it comes out. So if that does well, be on the lookout for other companies to start to win like free to play versions of like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Trust me, that's probably going to happen if it's super successful. And the last couple things I want to talk about, they're going to be super quick. Limited Run just announced they're doing a Contra Anniversary Collection Physical Edition, and a collector's edition. They're doing like 3 different editions. I hate when they do this. The standard one is like, I think like it's either 35 or 40. The full big collector's edition is like 175, which is stupid because it comes with all this stuff, but the stuff I want is only in that edition. So I literally have to buy that one if I want that stuff, which sucks. Because it's not coming in the like classic edition or whatever the hell the other one's called. It just makes me mad that they release stuff like that. It's super annoying. I wish the soundtrack and the steelbook was in the other edition that's like $80. Like, just throw the soundtrack in there. Come on. I don't want to have all this stuff I'm not going to ever display or use. Like, I'm already waiting on my Castlevania Anniversary Collection still, and that was ordered over a year ago. So, I love Limited Run don't get me wrong, I love the products they release and stuff. They're neat, but the time frame it takes for them to make them is it's freaking ridiculous. Like what they should do, and my wife has said this to me like multiple times. Um, they should just make this stuff like make a limited run of it. It's not really limited, really, because they give you a time window of like how long it's gonna be up for. Like I think the contract thing goes to like near the end of May, I think, and then it's like gone for good. But that's not really limited. That's basically like limited for so long. But like limited makes me think of like limited to like 10,000 copies or whatever. That's the way they should do it. Produce like what you're gonna produce, and then have like different time windows of when you can pre-order the said lots. Like the first, well, like the first 3,500 are at 10 a.m. and the last bunch is at 6 p.m. Which is because they do two different, uh, they used to do like two different launch batches, but they stopped doing that. I wish I would go back to that because it seemed like they were produced faster that way. I don't know if it's just me or if it's because of COVID and all the delays and stuff, but who knows? I'm going way off on a tangent on that, but it's cool. It took them forever to make it because they announced it over a year ago that they were doing one, but they never said anything about it till now. Like, what are you doing? Why did it take so long for you guys to be like, "Oh, physical edition's coming"? And they're apparently doing a physical edition of uh, the new TMNT game, Shredder's Revenge. They're doing one of that, and like it depends what's in there for me if I'm gonna get it. Um, Speaking of limited editions, the Cowabunga collection. I don't know if you guys know about that, but I did mention it in one of my videos. I think the TMNT Cowabunga collection. It's got like 14 TMNT games, like the arcade game, Turtles 2, Turtles 3, for NES. It's got like every Turtles game released from like Game Boy to like SNES, I think, and some of the arcade ports. But there's a limited Legends edition, and that's like $150. It looks really cool. I'll throw a link below in the description, so you guys can check it out. I don't really feel like throwing up trailers for this video because it takes one to edit them. Like I don't need to show the Sonic trailer again. You guys have already seen it, so I'm just gonna leave the video like it is. But I think that the collector's edition of that looks really cool, and I might throw a picture of that because it does look pretty cool. But people are really complaining about the price, and I don't get why. Because it seems like you're getting a lot of stuff for $150. Like, and you gotta think like you're paying for the turtle. They're paying for the license to Turtles, and like Konami has to pay like Mirage Studios or whoever owns that. I think that's the name of the studio that owns Turtles and Nickelodeon. They have to pay like royalties and shit. So like you gotta think like that's why the stuff's expensive. It's because of all that stuff. If it's not worth it for you, don't buy it. It's not for you. Me, I want this stuff because I love collector's editions. Collector's editions. If there's a collector's edition out there, I probably have it. For franchises I like. Like every Dragon Ball Z game ever made, I have the collector's edition of it. So I love collector's editions, and so it's not made for people that don't really collect this stuff, but it's made for nerds like me that like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm super pumped about that game too. That's gonna be pretty cool, I think, to play like Turtles Tournament Fighters on online and stuff, and Turtles in Time online, stuff like that. I think that's online. I'm not sure. They really haven't said much about it. But the last thing we're gonna talk about here is something kind of cool that I alluded to in the first. Was it the first or second Roundup video? I don't remember which one it was, but I talked about House of the Dead remake on both of them, but I don't remember which one I mentioned this on. But there's a rumor going around that next week, um, House of the Dead remake is coming to Steam or PC, and if it is, that's really cool because it's probably going to look and play a lot better on the PC, and it will probably use mouse control. I hope because using clicking the mouse with to like move around would be ideal. Or the article I read mentioned some kind of like crowd-funded light gun thing that came out that was like $200, and I'm like, who is going to use that for this game? Like, no one is going to pay. I forget what it was called because Metal Jesus Rocks did a video on it, and I was like, this thing looks insanely stupid and expensive, and then unless you're like diehard into like light gun games and have like a main arcade setup, then what the hell is the point of buying this $200 light gun? Apparently it works on like HD TVs or something because it like tracks there's like a laser inside the gun or something. I don't know. If I find the video, I'll link it below so you guys can watch the review of it. I know it's the same thing he reviewed that the article was talking about. Because like, oh, well, you could use this blah blah blah, blah light gun for PC for this game. I'm like, yeah, no one's gonna want to pay $200 for a light gun. No, unless it's like one of the pink Justifier guns for Sega CD. I don't think so. Even now, I don't think that's like 200. I think it's like usually like 150 sometimes, something like that. It went back down. It used to be expensive, but I don't think it's that bad now. I'm digressing. The point is, House of the Dead remake is coming to PC and possibly PS4 next week. I say PC because it's more likely PC is going to get first than PS4. Not sure how PS4 is going to work, if it's going to have like Move compatibility, VR compatibility. Who knows? They haven't really said anything because it's not official yet. The key art just got leaked out on the PlayStation Store. Like someone data mined the store and found it in there. I don't know. I don't really look into this data mining scene stuff, so I don't know. All I know is what I'm regurgitating to you guys is that it's supposed to be coming out on all platforms. I guess it's sooner than I was thinking because I thought it was like a 6-month deal or something, but maybe it didn't sell well enough on the Switch, and they're like, oh, maybe we should try to move it over to the other platforms, see if it does better on there. Which, to be quite honest with you, it honestly probably will, because from what I've heard, the Switch version is like, like it looks like kind of, like graphically, but like who cares? Who cares? Like it's a light gun game. They're not like made to look super pretty. Like Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles for Wii, they look pretty good for RE games, but like they're not like supposed to be like super in depth looking HD visuals. Like it's a budget title for one. People got to put their expectations in check. I think I'm still going to enjoy it when I get my physical copy. I can't wait for it. I still kind of want to pre-order the that one European edition, but I don't know. It said something about it could take up to a year to receive it. So I'm like, do I really want to buy it? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. Are you guys excited about possibility of new .hack? Are you guys excited about House of the Dead coming to PS4 and possibly PC? What do you guys think about the limited run stuff with Contra? Do you guys think they should change their pre-order structure, order structure? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the F2P stuff? Do you think it's a big deal? I don't, but that's just me. And what do you think about Sonic Origins? Do you care? Does it bother you that it's $45 for the deluxe edition, whatever, and all this pre-order structure stuff? Does that bother you? Because it doesn't bother me, but I know it's bothering some people. Let me know in the comments below, and thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell button right next to the subscribe button. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And that was another weekend roundup. Peace out.